Hello, everyone. This is De'Aquilyn, and welcome to the Inner Glow Confidence Call. I am so excited to be with you tonight. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to call in, or if you're not on live, thank you for taking time out of your busy day, out of your schedule, to listen to the audio recording. I am De'Aquilyn Williams, and just excited to have you here. I want to encourage you to make sure that you have a pen and notepad for notes. And also, if you are blessed by this and you want to sow a seed or give or support, then you can do so via Cash App, $I am De'Aquilyn. That's $IamDeaQuelyn, or via PayPal, paypal.me/I am De'Aquilyn, spelled the same. I also want to invite you to join my free coaching group on Facebook. All you have to do is go to Facebook and search for the group Inner Work Sessions, and answer a couple of questions, and you can get in on the free coaching group. In addition to posting this every week, our call every week, I also go in, and there's some things that I did last week, a couple of audios that I recorded last week that's in there, plus we are getting ready to do a weekend workshop coming really soon in that group, so be sure to make sure that you join us at Inner Work Sessions on Facebook. So with that, this message actually came from one of our community members in the free coaching group. She wanted to have a topic specifically about being confidence. And so I am titling this message tonight, Being Confidently You. Being Confidently You. And this is one of my favorite subjects to talk about for a lot of reasons, but the biggest reason is that for many years of my life, I suffered from low self-worth and low self-esteem, and those are some root causes of low confidence. And so with that, I just want to share what I've learned and how I've been able to go from having that low confidence to considering myself now a very confident woman. There are layers to this, so what I'm sharing and the resolutions that I share tonight are very powerful and will work, but I want to encourage you to, number one, be consistent and don't give up. You have to do those two things. Be consistent and don't give up when it comes to doing any kind of inner work, really, but especially what I'm going to share with you tonight. Also, you have to be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself and be patient with the process, because sometimes you'll feel like you're either doing it wrong or it's not happening, in a time that you say it wanted it to happen, but it will work. All of the things that I share with you are tried and true by me because I went through the processes. I do the inner work on a consistent basis and have been doing it for several years. So with that, let's get into it. So with that, let's talk about what confidence is. And I just like these three words. And if you want to write these down, B-A-T, the letter B, the letter A, and the letter T. Confidence is BAT. It is belief, it is assurance, and it is trust. Belief, assurance, and trust. Belief, assurance, and trust. Whether it is the belief, assurance, and trust in yourself, or a belief, assurance, and trust in others, or a belief and trust, assurance, and trust in God. Okay? So that's what confidence is. And the thing about it is, we don't lack confidence. We all come here innately with confidence. We're born with confidence. It's just that, we just either we don't allow it or we don't or we've suppressed it, or certain things have happened in our lives that has allowed our confidence to become low confidence, but we all have confidence, okay? You have confidence, I have confidence. We don't lack it at all. We just need to build our confidence muscles. And in order to build your confidence muscles, it's just like building a muscle on your physical body. It takes you, number one, discipline, number two, repetition, which is the things that I'm going to share with you tonight, the resolutions that I'm going to share with you tonight. So it's going to take the repetition, but it's also going to take you going deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper in the work, just like lifting weights. You start off with 5 pounds and then 10 pounds and then 20 pounds and 25 pounds, if the bigger muscles that you want to build for your body. And the same thing with the confidence. The deeper you go and the more committed you are into this work, you're going to find yourself really confident, and that's a beautiful thing. So here's the thing. When you have low confidence, it shows up in many areas of your life. And I'm not going to say all areas, although sometimes it can show up in all areas. But I found, and I've learned from myself and from people that I coach, that we have confidence in certain areas of our lives, and we have low confidence in other areas of our lives. But low confidence does show up in your life. It shows up in your relationships. And by relationships, I'm talking about man, woman, lover relationships. But it also shows up in your family dynamics, your friends, the type of friends that you choose, how you allow people to speak to you, how you allow people to treat you. That's a part of your confidence in yourself and what you believe about yourself. It shows up in your finances, your money. It shows up in your environment. It shows up in your body. But another thing that we don't really talk about a lot that I want to talk about in this particular class is it also shows up in your voice or lack of having a voice, meaning that you don't speak up for yourself. You don't tell your truth. You don't honor your truth by using your voice and using your words for you. And what happens is when we have that low confidence and it starts to show up in our lives, it creates a perpetual cycle. So not only do I feel bad and I'm in the, feeling bad and making bad decisions or making these low confidence decisions, these low confidence decisions are producing effects that also causes more low confidence. Here's the thing. Your confidence is directly related to how you view yourself. How you view yourself. Many people are walking around with a wounded perception. And remember, our first class in the Inner Glow Confidence call was about healing distorted perceptions that we have of ourselves. So I want to encourage you to go back and listen to that class and couple it with this, because it's great information on how you can heal those distorted perceptions. But now I want to talk about really quickly what causes low confidence. And a lot of things play into this dynamic. But also, like I was just talking about cause and effect, I believe that these things cause, but some of these are effects also of low confidence. I think a cause could be your upbringing, your family dynamics, whatever that is. Maybe you were, raised in an abusive home, or maybe you were talked down to, or maybe you weren't given affection as a child, and it caused low confidence. Maybe it was your socioeconomic status. Or it could be maybe there's a sickness. I know for me, a part of mine was growing up with sickle cell anemia. Another part of mine was being sexually abused as a little girl. Another part of mine was really having an absent father. My parents got divorced when I was 2, and I would only see my father when I went to my grandparents' house, and we didn't have really a relationship. It was something weird and crazy. That, we just didn't talk, or we didn't have any type of relationship until a few years before he passed away. So those are the things that can cause that. Also, trauma, any type of abuse you may have suffered, any type of neglect that you may have had happen in your life. Also, misinformation, misinformation about who you are, misinformation about, the people around you, or just life. The world gives us misinformation all the time. Your fears can cause low self-esteem. Also, your performances or poor performance can cause low self-esteem. And this is one of those cause and effects, because poor performance can cause low self-esteem, but also poor performance, low confidence can also cause poor performance. And another one, and this is the last one I listed, but there are so many more, is physical attributes. Physical attributes, whether it is physical flaws or maybe you have a physical, I'm going to call it disability. Maybe, it's a weight issue. Maybe it's acne. Maybe it's your hair. I know for me, being on medicines and stuff, my hair started thinning out pretty bad, and I was starting to have some confidence issues about my hair until I cut it short. And now I love it. I feel more confident with it short than I did with it longer because of the thinning that was happening in my hair. So those things can really be a cause of low self-worth and low self-esteem and low confidence. So I want you to take a look at your life if you feel like you have low confidence. And let me say this is, again, not about your life in general. It could just be that certain areas of your life you have low confidence in. I want you to examine those areas, or just your life in general, whichever one you feel is more fitting, and ask yourself, what do I believe, what do I think is the cause of this? Because I say all the time, you cannot heal the fruit until you first heal the root. So you have to get down to the cause. That's what coaching is all about. It's helping you to identify the cause, the why, and then talk you through your own solution. That's what it's all about. So really quickly, I want to talk about the two types of confidence. There is authentic confidence, and this is the confidence that radiates from the inside out. This is the assurance that you have of yourself and the trust and belief that you have of yourself and who God has made you to be on the inside. Like you have the spiritual knowledge, the spiritual wisdom, the divine knowledge, the divine wisdom, and you know who you are, and you are certain, and you are sure, and you are you trust and you believe in the person that you are. Not only do you know who you are, you know whose you are, and you know why you are. That's the authentic confidence. And what happens is when you have that authentic confidence, it radiates outwardly. And these are the people that have that, sometimes that little, how people say, I don't know what it is about you. That's because you're radiating that confidence. You're radiating something from the inside out. And what it does is it pulls and it draws people and things and conditions to you that's in alignment with the confidence that you have for yourself, that authentic confidence. And then there's another confidence, and I like to call it faux or false confidence. Faux or false confidence. I want to change the words, I want to change the words. So we're going to call one inner confidence, and we're going to call the other outer confidence. And thank you, Spirit, for helping me with this clarity within myself tonight. But the reason why I wanted to do it that way is because one truly is inward, and the other is outer. Now, outer is not necessarily bad, but it is also not real, okay? And what I mean by that is your outer confidence is when you need to have the makeup to feel good. You need to maybe drink a glass of wine to feel good. Or maybe you need to, let's say how Beyonce created an alter ego, to feel good. I like to call it superhero. We did that a few years ago in a book circle that I had, well, actually a group that I had where we read this book and we had to tap into our inner superhero, so you have those outer things that can actually help you to feel good about yourself on the inside. But the thing about the outer is that the outer does not last. And also people can take the outer to such a level to where, they feel like they have to get drunk in order to perform or to be, their best self, or they feel like they have to do it in the most extreme ways. And we can do all things and everything in balance, okay? In balance. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But those are the two types of confidence, the inner confidence and then the outer confidence. And again, nothing wrong with the outer confidence as long as you are not allowing it to rule you and not allowing that to be your identity. Because if you allow the outer confidence to be your identity, then you're going to rely on the outer confidence for the rest of your life. But if you rely on the inner confidence, which is the God within, then you're going to rely on the God within for the rest of your life. But you can also use the outer confidence to help build you up in, let's say, temporary conditions or situations. You can almost call outer confidence maybe medicine. So I need to have a little medicine to get me through this particular thing. And I said it that way because sometimes we do need help outside of us. We do need a pull outside of us, but we only take medicine until we manifest the full healing. And so with that, you want to do it in a way that you're saying, I'm doing this now until I can build my confidence. And I'm going to talk about that more when I get into talking about the superheroes. And so I want to go ahead and get into our 10. There are 10 ways to be confidently you that I want to share tonight. 10 ways to be confidently you. Number one is you want to strip down to number two. That's number one. Number one is you want to go within. Go within. Go within. Go within. Go within. So 15 years ago, I think, my niece is about to be 19, so she was probably 3. So 15, 16 years ago, I read this book called Healed Without Scars by David G. Evans. And that's the first book I read that I got a chance to see me. That book took me on a journey within myself, and I had to strip away everything. But it really took me to a place where I had to shut out every person, and literally during this time, a lot of friendships and a lot of relationships were falling out of my life. I'm like, what's happening? Why are all these people leaving my life? Is something wrong with me? And God needed them out of the way because they were my medicine. And I didn't need that medicine anymore. I needed to go within and really just be me and God. And so that's what you have to do, number one. You have to go within. Shut out the voices, shut out the noise, shut out the programming, and go within with you and God. That's number one. Number two, strip down. That is a hard thing to do, a very challenging and difficult thing to do, but it is so rewarding. Strip down to your bare self and remove the perceptions, remove the ideas, Remove what you were told about yourself. Remove what you said about yourself. Remove the false perceptions or the false ways that you think about yourself. Remove what you've been taught. You have to strip it all away. Strip it all away. And in doing this process, what will happen is you'll find yourself getting angry. You'll find yourself getting frustrated. You'll find yourself wanting to know, well, why did this person say this to me? Why did they have to do this to me? And even if you're not too careful, you'll start blaming other people for the things that you've put on yourself. And a lot of times, yes, they may have started it, but we're the ones that kept it. They may have given us the shirt to put on, but we kept it and we kept putting it on over and over and over again, whether we liked it or not. So take the shirt of misperception off. Take the pants of, those negative words that you've heard over and over all of your life, that you're no good or you'll never be, you'll never do, you'll never have. You're going to have to take those things off and strip down to your bare self. And when I say bare self, when I say self, I'm talking about your divine self, because that's what you have to do. You have to get down to where you can see yourself only as God created and made you. Number 2, strip down to your bare self. Number 3, face yourself. This is why I love having a mirror in my sacred space. And if I can be really honest with you, and this may be a little TMI, but I have been having, I noticed recently that I've been having some body issues. So guess what I've been doing? I've been stripping down in front of the mirror and doing my yoga and reconnecting with myself so that I can fully accept my body, and looking at myself in the mirror and saying, I see you, I see that, I see this, I see that, and I fully accept it. I'm aging. I went through a really, big surgery a couple of years ago that left my body altered, like really altered. And so I have to accept that, and to accept that, and in order for me to accept that, I have to face it, look at it. So face your flaws, face what you see, face the fears, face whatever it is that you feel that's in you that you're stripping away. You have to face it. And in this facing yourself, you have to be open and honest about where you are in your life and how you got there. You're going to have to hold an inner mirror up to yourself and see yourself for what you really are, who you really are, but also see yourself for, the perceptions and stuff, and start pulling those away from yourself. Now, this work, if I can find a really great word to describe it, is it's deep. And I know that's, I'm trying to find a deeper word than deep, but it's a really deep work, but it is so beneficiary. What happens is, beneficial. What happens is we want the end result. Like, I want the confidence, but I don't want to really go through this really hard spot to get the confidence. I don't really want to have to do all of this stuff, this inner work, to get the confidence. But guess what? You're going to have to do the inner work to get the confidence. That's required. To get to your end result, there are levels and conditions and situations and factors in the end result and getting to the end result that you have to walk through. But the beauty in it is that on the other side, when you get there, you're going to feel good, and you're going to look back and say to yourself, wow, God, we did it. We did it. We did it. I am now the person that I wanted to be then. And you see yourself as you are, and you operate in your new space, and you start making new decisions, and you'll find yourself on a completely different playing field if you do the work. So number 3 is face yourself. Number 4 is talk to yourself. Faith is built by the words that we hear. Faith and belief. Of course, Scripture says that faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. In order to hear, someone has to say. Whatever you are saying, you are hearing, and whatever you are hearing, you are believing, and you are building your faith around that. So you are going to have to reprogram through auto-suggestion new suggestions that you want to say and see in your life. So if you follow me for a long time, I take pictures, and I've shared, especially in our coaching group, my corner in my bedroom, I have affirmations all over the wall. The reason why I have affirmations is because I am naturally a quiet person. And I needed to have something in my life that would be a daily reminder of me to open my mouth, to use my words, to call the things in my life that I wanted to happen and see in my life. And so I have all of these affirmations on my wall, and I sit in this space and I say my affirmations. I use my words, and I have seen. I started my wall actually in 2014. It started out with like 4 Post-it notes on the wall, and those 4 Post-it notes turned into what you'll see on the pictures. My vision board. I have declarations. I have treatments. I have copy money. I have reminders. All kinds of, things that encourages me, that inspires me on my wall. But since 2014, when I first started, until now, I have evolved into a new person. And a lot of it, most of it, all of it even, began with me changing my words. You're going to have to speak new words to yourself. I am confident. I believe in myself. I have full trust in myself. I am assured in who I am. I know I can do this. I am capable. I am able. Start using your words. So talk to yourself. That's number 4. Number 5, love on yourself. Love on yourself. We think that it's so easy to love others before we love ourselves. We've been programmed that, God, others, yourself. God, yourself, and others. When Scripture says, do unto others as you would do unto yourself, as you would do unto yourself, you do to others. It starts with you. You can't really give love if you aren't love. You can't give what you don't have. So if you really love, you're going to have to start really loving yourself intentionally. And by that, I mean in the same way that you would love a friend, love yourself. In the same way that you forgive a friend or forgive someone for doing something, forgive yourself. In the same way that you're kind to somebody, be kind to yourself. In the same way that you're compassionate to other people, be compassionate to yourself. You deserve it. You deserve the love that you give to yourself. So that's number 5. Number 6, and this is a fun one, and this is one that I'm working on now, because I I'm just in a new space, okay? So number 6 is create a new self-image. Create a new self-image. So first of all, you want to see yourself how God sees you. God sees you as whole. God sees you as complete. God doesn't see any weakness or sickness or distortion in you whatsoever. That's the first thing I want you to know and remember. But I also want you to see yourself as the person who has the confidence, or the person who has overcome whatever the issue is that you're wanting or you're believing to overcome, that you have the faith to overcome. Or see yourself as the person that you desire to be. You have to see it as if it is happening and as if you are that person right now. Put the old person away and put the new person right here in your mind and in your heart. See yourself as that confident person. If you need confidence in business, see yourself as a person who is outspoken in business. See yourself as a person who is assertive in business. See yourself as a person who is making a lot of money in business. See yourself as the person who is, getting, new clients every day, or whatever, the situation or condition is for you. Start seeing yourself as if it is already so. Visualize yourself being it, doing it, having it, feeling it. You got to start changing the image that you hold of yourself, because how you see yourself in your mind's eye, think about a movie screen projector. Your mind is that video player that's in the booth, and life is the screen. And whatever you're playing in your mind is playing on the screen. You're projecting that on the screen. So what are you playing in your mind? What visions do you have about yourself in your mind? Do you see yourself as weak and timid? Because guess what? I used to be very weak and very timid. But now I speak up. One of my clients told me a few months ago, she said, I hear the difference in your voice. It took me a long time to find my voice. And I'm going to share with you next week on how to find your voice, because I had to do some unorthodox things to find my voice, but I found it. So much so I've been over-talking people and out-talking people these past few months, and having to remind myself, okay, you got your voice now, reel it back a little bit, give other people a chance to use their voice too. But it took for me to see myself that way. That's one thing. It took for me to see myself that way. So you're going to have to create a new self-image. That's number 6. Number 7 is you want to surround yourself with motivation and inspiration. Motivation and inspiration. If you need to create a wall, a corner in your house, a wall like I have, do that. Do what it takes. Surround yourself with people. Listen to audio podcasts and audios like what you're doing now, being a part of this call, whether you're live or whether you're listening to the playback. This is how you surround yourself with constant inspiration and constant motivation. And here's the thing. Let me say this, because I get a lot of people that will tell me, oh, that message was really, really good. It really helped me. I enjoyed it, whatever, but they only listened to it one time. What did I say in the beginning of the call? It's the repetition. 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 I read some of the same books over and over and over again because of the information that they have in those books. And sometimes when I read it over again, I'll be like, oh, I don't remember that the last time I read the book. I don't remember that. I get new insight. But it also solidifies and it validates and confirms and affirms all of the things that I learned the first time I read it. It's the same way with the Bible. Whenever you read the Bible, you get new revelation. Whenever you're listening to messages like this, you need to listen to it over and over and over again, because guess what? Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. Belief and faith are built by what you hear on a consistent basis. Hearing, continuation, hearing, not just hear one time, but continue to hear. So podcasts, audios, YouTube videos, join groups, do an inspiration wall or a sacred space or quiet corner or whatever you need to do. Surround yourself with good people that motivate you, that inspire you. That's number 7. Surround yourself with motivation and inspiration. Number 8, and this is where we're going to talk about creating a superhero. Create a superhero. The book is called, her name is Sadie Nardini, Nardini, and the book is called The Road Trip Guide to Your Soul. The Road Trip Guide to Your Soul. It is such a great book, but in there she talked about we all have to have a superhero, and we should create a superhero. And so that's what we did in our book club. Well, it wasn't a book club. It was actually a group similar to my coaching group that I have now, but we were reading this book, and so I had everyone to name their superhero. And so this is the part of you where if you can't show up right now as who you perceive yourself to be right now, you show up as your superhero. Give your superhero permission to show up for you. And think about, what does she look like? How does she show up in situations? Who does she hang out with? What is her superpower? And hone in on that. Become that in the temporary now moment. And what's going to happen is you won't need your superhero, because you'll become her. You'll be her. You'll be that person. Which is why creating that self-image is important. Number 9, this is another fun one, make a confidence playlist. I have a feel-good playlist that I absolutely love. And it has Fantasia, it has some rap songs, it has Maya. I'm going to see if I can pull it up now. But it's just one of those playlists that I just pull up and I listen to it. And it makes me feel good. And this is one of those outer confidence. This is one of those where, you just do something on the outside that makes you feel good on the inside. Let's see if I can pull this up. All right. Hopefully I can pull it up and it won't play. Well, what I may do is, if you're in my coaching group, because, here it is. Actually, I have 2. One is called Sexy. A lot of sexy songs on there that I love and like, and, feel-good songs. And the other one is called, actually, Feel Good. And everything is coming up except that one. Here it is. So there is I'm Doing Me by Fantasia. It's a rap song called Lifestyle. Another rap song by Lupe Fiasco called Superstar. There is Best Life by Cardi B. There is My Love Is Like Whoa by Maya. There's Treasure by Bruno Mars. One in a Million by Neo. Loving You, Tony. Blessed by Wizkid. This rapper, Christian rapper from Where is he from? I think Nigeria, called Limo Blaze, Blow My Mind. So yeah, I listen to my playlist, and it gives me the boost that I need, especially in certain moments. So it gives me the boost. And then the last thing, that was number 9, create a confidence playlist. And number 10 is celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate who you are. Celebrate that God loves you. Celebrate that you love you. Celebrate your small victories. Celebrate your big victories. Celebrate the fact that you're still here right now. Celebrate the fact that you have air, that you're breathing in your body right now. Celebrate the fact that you can walk, that you can move, that you can write. Celebrate everything. Celebrate yourself. Because guess what? If you don't expect other people to do it. You can celebrate yourself just by saying, hey, I'm amazing. I love myself. I celebrate myself. Or you can celebrate yourself by buying yourself some flowers or doing something good for yourself. But make sure that you celebrate yourself and celebrate your accomplishments. If you are a single mother and you've raised your children the best way you know how, celebrate that I raised my children the best way I know how. If you started a business and the first business failed and now you're on your second, third, maybe fourth business, celebrate the fact that I don't give up on myself even though my business has failed. Celebrate the fact that I learned the lesson from the first mistake, and I learned the lesson from the second failure and the third failure and the fourth failure. Celebrate every part of and every aspect of your life because you deserve it. You deserve to be celebrated. You deserve to be honored. I'm actually getting ready to do something in our group, where in the coaching group, where I want every woman to create an Amazon wish list. And I want us to start helping each other by just buying one thing off the list. Or maybe buying a gift card to help you get something off the list. Just to celebrate another person. Just to show, I just want to celebrate you. Even if we don't know each other, you did something. You're here. You're breathing. You did something that needs to be celebrated. So I'm going to buy you this $15 gift. I'm going to buy you this $5 gift. I'm going to send you this $10 gift card because I think you need to be celebrated. So with that, I'm going to give you those 10 ways to be confidently you one more time. And because we're running late on time, I am not going to do Q&A. I would love for you to just email me any questions or any comments that you may have at iamdeaquilin@gmail.com. That's iamdeaquilin@gmail.com. So with that, how to be confidently you. Number 1, go within. Number 2, strip down to your bare self and remove perceptions, ideas, what you've been taught, what you think, all of that, remove stuff. Take it all off. Number 3, face yourself. Number 4, talk to yourself. Number 5, love on yourself. Number 6, create a new self-image. Number 7, surround yourself with motivation and inspiration. Number 8, create a superhero and use her whenever you need her, okay? Consider her your best friend. I need to call my best friend to help me with this, okay? Number 9 is create a confidence playlist. And number 10, celebrate all of you. Celebrate all of you. So with that, thank you so much for being a part of tonight's call. I am so excited to invite you again to join the free coaching group on Facebook. It is all you have to do, rather, is search on Facebook for Inner Work Sessions. And once you do that, you'll find the group. All you have to do is click on that. And there are, I think, 3 questions for you to answer, and then you get access to the group. And I'll encourage you that if you do join a group, to make sure that you become active in the group. Share ask questions, whatever you need to do, please feel free to do that. So with that, thank you so much for being a part of tonight's call. I send love, light, peace, and blessings to you. Take care.